So we are back at Bay Polish again. Oh, Mars. You want turbo kit?
Or Warner. That brand is muscle menos. This thing's badass.
And then we got my part right here. So this is the new one, freshly powder coated, looking real nice. And then this is the one that I broke. So they just took them off now. But yeah, these things got messed up. But we got the new one looking real good.
Not done yet.
So we got,
enjoy the process.
yeah, so we got the oil cap right here. Just got done painted. So we're gonna take it home like this because it's fresh paint. I'm gonna have to be careful with it not to mess up anything. But
I can't prove for you.
Vivek, yeah, he painted it last minute. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go get the parts this morning. He's like, oh shit, I haven't painted the cap, but he got it done just in time. So we're gonna head back and get all these parts installed except for oil cap. All right, so we got our hood prop up. I'm gonna check the oil in a bit because I need to make sure that's topped off. You know, these motors burn a crap ton of oil, so always make sure your DE motors are topped off in oil. That's how you make sure they last a long time. So that's why this one has 242,000 miles and counting, since it is my daily right now. So we're gonna get these solenoids, VTC, I think that's what they call it or whatever. We're gonna get those swapped out. So it's just a bunch of 10mm bolts, or it's actually just three on each side that hold those. And then we're gonna replace this one, and then we're gonna be replacing all these ugly bolts that you guys see, including on these. So I'll go over that right now. All right, so here we have all the parts that we're gonna be adding on. These bolts, and then we got these bolts as well with the washers from Custom Engine Base. There you guys have it. His email, his Instagram, you guys could send him a DM, and then you guys could get your own bolts for your engine bay. So these are, he sent me these earlier. Right here we have all the parts that are gonna be going back on the car. VTCs, polished up. Huge thanks to Vivek, along with the cam cover, freshly powder coated. And we got the ARC oil cap. I already put it back together, put the bolts back on. He did a good job of not painting the coin, because the coin is super hard to get off and we didn't know how to get it off, so he was able to mask that up pretty damn good. So there's that. And then right here we have all the bolts for the timing cover. So huge shout out to Custom Engine Base right here, Pearl G35. If you guys need any custom bolts so you don't have those ugly 10mm looking ones, these are the ones to get. And then he sent me these a couple like a month before, but these are meant for the G35. So these are meant for like the radiator support, the fenders and all that, but I'm just gonna put these wherever I can or I see fit, wherever I can put them where it will look nicer than having the ugly bolts on there. So he labeled these out for me, cam covers plus some extra ones, BTCs, which are those bolts are right there. And then we got water pump, chain tensioner covers. There you guys have it. And then these are for the actual, I think, timing cover. Yeah, so these are the actual timing cover bolts. So the actual timing cover bolts are slightly longer, so you definitely need to get those accurate if you want everything to hold how it's supposed to be. So again, Custom Engine Base, Chris from Florida, huge shout out. You guys have it. And Vivek, Bay Polish, again, thank you for these parts. Let's get to it. New tool. Definitely gonna help out a lot with this. Alright, so look at that difference on the bolts. It looks so much better than having these dull ones. Something like that. Before, after. All right, so we basically got all the bolts for the timing cover now. There's some bolts that I can't get to because we have to start removing brackets and removing the bands and all that stuff, and I don't want to get too far into that. So instead, we're just gonna wait for those to do those bolts later on. For now, we have all these extra bolts right here that I want to start putting on places where I know it'll make a difference. Like I know there's a random hole here, and I put one of them right here, and then there was these empty holes that I just rather put a bolt in them to kind of cover them up. And then we're going to be replacing these as well with some of these. Same with that side right there. And then replace like this one, and then these right here, all these one at a time. Replace them all with the nicer looking bolts. All right, so we are finally done putting all the bolts. You guys could tell we have a crap ton of them right here stocked up. All these right here, this over here. So over here we just have a couple of the timing cover bolts that we couldn't reach because they're like way down under, but everything that's visible from the top is done. As you guys could tell, these bolts do look hell of a lot better than the other ones. Now I tried filling in these holes right here as well, but I just don't have enough bolts for that. So later on we are going to be doing the wire tug on the headlight harnesses, that one, and the alternator cabled as well. Last but not least, all we got to do is take this sucker out. OEM cap. And then we got, last but not least, our ARC oil cap. Boom. And we are done. For now. For now, for sure. All right, so it is the next day. We just got back into town from a car show we went to today. Super dope show. And here we have Ruby looking all nice and sexy, of course. This color pops out here in the gas station. Look at that. So let's pop open the hood so we can show you guys the final results. All right, so there we have it. Hood prop holding the engine bay. Look at that. God damn. Would have thought to be seeing a G37 front end with the DE motor in it, especially looking like that. Oh yeah. We got all the replaced bolts. Definitely make a big difference. Huge shout out to Chris from Florida again. Vivek Fade Polish for all the polished parts that you see, and the timing cover. Also Chris from Florida, braided hoses, of course. Shout out to him for sending those over. Sam for the intake. Shout out Sam, I know you watch my videos, you've already told me. And then 3/8 car mods for the coil pack covers. Mario, again, thank you. So again, thank you guys for always supporting the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.